新疆维吾尔自治区成立70周年庆祝大会现在开始。
Chinese President Xi Jinping celebrated the 70th founding anniversary of Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region in a grand hall in Urumqi, the region's capital. It looks like every other big celebration in China, grandeur on full display, red drapes everywhere, people clapping endlessly for Xi, speeches speaking of unity. But the spectacle inside stood in sharp contrast to the silence outside. There is very little we know about Xinjiang, and the secrecy is not like Wakanda's futuristic high-tech. It's dark, horrifying, and downright abusive. So why is Xinjiang crucial to Xi Jinping's vision for China? I'm Ananya Datta, you're watching Rezone. They call the place many names, Xinjiang for us, the new territory for the Chinese, and East Turkestan in the memory and songs of the people who have lived there for centuries. If you stand in a Kashgar bazaar at dusk, you'll hear Uyghur music, you'll smell bread baking in a tandoor, you'll see faces and clothing that clearly looks more Central Asian than Chinese. That aside, ordinary geography is the best place to start the story of Xinjiang, because it suddenly becomes very hard to see from the outside. Xinjiang was founded in October of 1955. It is one of China's 5 autonomous regions. Others are Guangxi, Inner Mongolia, Ningxia, and Tibet. Covering approximately 1/6 of China's total landmass, Xinjiang lies at the crossroads of the historic Silk Road and currently provides a strategic land route connecting Beijing to the Arabian Sea via the Karakoram Highway through Pakistan. China also shares a narrow land connection with Afghanistan via the Wakhan Corridor, offering the landlocked country direct access to the world's second largest economy through Xinjiang. China shares borders with Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Mongolia, and India through Xinjiang. So geopolitically, with Xinjiang's oil, gas, coal, and cotton, this is a vital trade link for China and the rest of the world. But the indigenous people here have understood history in a very different way. This region has a significant ethnic minority population. It is home to over 10 million Uyghurs. They are a Turkic-speaking, mostly Sunni Muslim people whose language, culture, and family histories are woven into the Silk Road. Today, they make up around 45% of the region's population. And this is where the story gets complicated. When you picture Chinese faces, you're probably thinking of the Han majority. Black hair, pale or fairer skin, short height, and lean. But this Uyghur neighborhood looks nothing like that. Their features look Central Asian. Lighter eyes, darker complexion, fuller beards, and rich culture of extravagant dance and music. The differences have long unsettled Beijing, especially the united facade that Xi Jinping's administration has been trying to build over the last decades. While frictions go back decades, the turning point was 2016-2017. Under Xi Jinping's Strike Hard campaign, the government rolled out massive surveillance systems, detained people in re-education camps, and began systematically reshaping Uyghur identity, from language to faith to family structure. The outside world first caught a glimpse around 2018, when satellite images leaked and testimonies exposed the scale of these camps. But the censorship remains one of the worst in the world. In fact, one of the earliest first-hand accounts that made international headlines was that of an ethnic Kazakh, who says that she worked inside one of the facilities as a staff member and then fled to Kazakhstan in 2018. She described teaching Mandarin and political slogans to detainees and later testified publicly about the conditions inside the center. She also said that people were detained for trivial reasons, religious practice, family ties abroad, or simply being suspicious. Then came another damning report, this time an investigative piece by the United Nations Human Rights. Like some people were strapped to a chair and beaten with electric batons. Waterboarding and solitary confinement became common practice. The report also found credible allegation of sexual violence and rape inside detention facilities, including genital mutilation. Forced reproductive practices also found its mention, where an unusual rise in sterilization was noted, and evidence of forced labor was gathered from now released prisoners. China denies all of these accusations. Xi Jinping became the first president to attend a founding anniversary celebration in Xinjiang. In his speech, ironically enough, he called for all ethnic groups to unite. Xinjiang's story is not unique. Around the world, success stories of rising economies often rest on the erased struggles of minorities. They vanish into statistics, while leaders take bows under chandeliers. But in Xi Jinping's grand red hall, there is no room for the faces that don't fit the perfect picture. I'm Ananya Datta. You've been watching Grey Zone.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.